I just want to revisit something with you regarding playing Big 12 quarterbacks and how exciting it is to be doing this now in the playoffs against a guy like Baker Mayfield, and how much that rivalry still lives on.
Yeah, obviously it's cool to get to play against him in such a big game in the playoffs and everything like that. Knowing him for a long time, since I was a senior in high school, and to be able to play on this stage it's going to be special. And I mean, he went to Oklahoma, went to Texas Tech, so he got the better of me in college. So I'll try to do my best to win in the NFL.
Let's go next to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Patrick. Travis just mentioned that as soon as you knew it was the Browns, that you basically had a notebook ready to go as far as preparation. Can you kind of describe when you initially started preparing for who you were going to play and what the very first preparations were?
Yeah, I mean, right when the bye week started and we knew who the seeds were for the 7, 6, 5, 4, all those seeds that we could possibly play, I took a day where I watched each team. About 4 or 5 games of each team. And so just kind of get a general feel of what the defense is presenting, what offenses are doing to try to attack them from different teams and different offenses. And so I had a day's worth of film on the Browns. So whenever we found that out, I was able to look back at that, look at my notes, and try to see how it presents to us.
Let's go next to Vahe Gregorian. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Patrick, this is a slightly different topic, but we see you when you're mic'd up doing stuff like telling guys nice hit and kind of making a point of exhibiting sportsmanship. And I'm curious why that matters to you and maybe how you define sportsmanship.
Yeah, for me, I just love the game. So I respect everybody else just as much as they respect me. And being able to go out there and play the sport that we love, I understand everybody's grind. Everybody's putting everything they have every single time they're on the field. And I mean, trust me, I want to win, but I respect everybody's grind of getting out there. And so I'm gonna do what I can to show that I appreciate them as much as I appreciate the guys on my team.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Patrick. Do you feel like you prepare any differently for a playoff game than you would a regular season game? And Brad, I'll have a quick follow-up as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just take your intensity up a level. I mean, it's still the same preparation, just maybe try to dive deeper into the film study, dive deeper into the breakdowns and the different ways you can go out there and have success against a defense. But, I mean, just taking it to another level would be the biggest thing.
Okay, and it's been 2 weeks now since you've played a game. Did you do anything special over this time to stay sharp, or just the things you normally would do?
Yeah, I mean, I stayed on top of everything. I practiced as much as I could practice, getting reps in, making sure I get back to the fundamentals of the footwork and stuff like that, and then continue to work out and prepare myself. We didn't start the way we wanted to last year when we came off the bye, and so I want to make sure that we do a better job of starting a little bit faster and try not to put ourselves in that deficit.
Let's go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Patrick, last year, the early deficits in the playoffs were certainly kind of an identity for you. You put them on the Super Bowl rings. But this week, how much of that's a conversation, between you, the players, and the coaches, and how big of a focus is it this year to get off to faster starts?
Yeah, I mean, it makes it a lot easier. I think you could say that. It's not something that we necessarily talk about. I think it's just kind of understood is that we need to come out playing our best football, playing the team that we're playing. They are coming in with a lot of confidence, playing really good football. And so we want to do whatever we can to get off on the right foot and try to build a lead early because, they're a good football team that's able to win football games. And so we're going to make sure that we come with our best effort from the first snap.
Let's go next to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Patrick, it seems like some of the teams that have had success against you defensively have this ability to get pressure to you without blitzing. The Browns somewhat fall into that category. Knowing that going in, how does that maybe change your preparation or mentality as a quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I think I have to focus on the fundamentals for myself. I think it's the biggest thing. Trusting the O-line, trusting the game plan, and get the ball to my hands. The good thing about this team is we have a lot of great playmakers that can make plays happen in space. And so if I'm getting the ball out of my hands and getting it to them, if that's holding it, stretching plays out and throwing deep passes, or if that's getting it out quick, whatever way in order to have success on the field, I'll try to do that.
Let's go next to Harold Kuntz. Go ahead, Harold.
Hey, Patrick, hope you're doing well. I just wanted to ask you about the Browns defense. You're kind of, in your notebook, what you saw out of them, and especially Myles Garrett, you guys, especially with the communication with the offensive line. How have you corrected that to face a guy like Myles Garrett just coming in, I think the third most sacks of anybody in the postseason that's left?
Yeah, I mean, I'm same way. I've known Miles for a long time, being in high school, and trust me, he was the exact same size in high school as he is now. So I'm glad I didn't play him then. But he's a tremendous player, plays extremely hard, has a ton of talent, and that they have talent across that whole entire defense. And so for us, it's about executing at a high level, getting the ball out of my hands, kind of like I said, letting guys make plays, and we're gonna have to play our best football if we want to win a football game at the end of the day.
We've got time for a couple more. We'll go Sarin and then Nate. Go ahead, Sarin.
Patrick, I'm curious, having been through everything you guys did, won all the 3 comebacks last year in the playoffs, accomplishing the championship and everything. How different is your confidence level right now? Like, I know you were confident last year, but now not thinking you can do it, but knowing you can do it. How different is it this year?
Yeah, I mean, you understand what it takes. I think that's the biggest thing. It's not easy. You have to put in a lot of work, but you understand that you can do it. And so just trying to keep it in perspective, going out there, having fun, enjoying it, playing to the best of our ability, and then letting things handle itself. And so we have a lot of veteran guys on this team now that have been through it. And so we're going to go out there with the mentality of not trying to get in those deficits again, but just try to find a way to win a football game and play the right way.
We'll go last to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Patrick, I have 2 questions for you. The first goes back to your film study. The Browns played 4 common opponents from you guys: Baltimore, Las Vegas, Houston, and New York. Just how much were they a part of the film study in terms of figuring out what might work for you guys? And then Brad will have a follow-up.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely were. I mean, you see those different offenses, and they do a lot of the similar things that we do. And then I try to look at the offenses like the Texans and stuff like that do a lot of the similar type of stuff that we do, as well as Philly and all these other teams. And so you try to take away from the formations that they're in that are similar to ours. And even though we do different things out of those formations, you can kind of see where their defense is at and how they're combating that. And then they're going to make adjustments, and we're going to be able to make adjustments during the game.
And then lastly, this often gets forgotten, but your legs were part of a dynamic with the offense last year. Obviously, coming healthy as the season went along last year. Just how much do you feel like your legs may be an element that obviously the Browns have to sort of respect and game plan for as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just have to take what's there and what presents itself. I think the best thing about the playoffs, you can't leave anything on the field. You got to leave it all out there. And so if it gets presented to me and I'm able to use my legs, I'll try to do that and try to stay away from getting those big hits and everything like that. But you definitely take it to a new level when it gets to the playoffs. And so we're excited to be here, and we're excited to find a way to win a football game.